Hello, everybody. If you can hear my voice, please type orange, like the color or the fruit. Type orange, please, just to let me know that you can hear me. Excellent. Oh man, I love doing that. Orange, orange. Alrighty. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. I know that some of you have never even experienced one of my live streams because you're new. And the last time I did one was like 7 months ago. So just want to say thank you for being here. It's been too long. Honestly, I should do this more often. I'm going to throw some shout outs here. I'm just going to look at some people in the chat and say hello. I saw Creepy Clown Girl. I just made you a moderator, by the way. So if you type something, it should come up blue with a little wrench next to it, meaning you have the power to kick people out of this chat if they start being mean to people. So use your power wisely. With great power comes great responsibility, as they say. Also, I'm gonna say hello to some people that I recognize. Casey King, what's up, man? How you doing? Brins M, I recognize you. Thank you for being a member. Casey, thank you. By the way, I just want to let you guys know that there is a delay in the chat. So when I say something, if I ask you guys a question, I'm not going to see your answer for like 15 seconds or so. And I just got a super chat donation, which is extremely nice. Thank you, Ellen. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So my favorite thing to do in live streams is to just talk to you guys. More often than not, I go to live streams all the time of other creators, and they do other things. I mean, they talk to the people in their chat, but my favorite thing to do is definitely just talk to you guys. So I might read some scary stories live if you guys really want me to do that, but I really love to just talk to you guys and read what you guys are writing, and I got another super chat. Wow, thank you so much, Cassie. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. So I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I really wanted to do this chat for just to catch up. I feel when I do live streams like this, it really makes me feel connected to my audience and to my true fans who show up and want to talk to me. And I haven't done it in so long because I'm a very busy guy. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm doing this. But there's also some huge updates that I want to talk about. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but I'm holding an event right now to where I'm not sure how many of you guys are Scream fans. And when I say Scream, I'm referring to the horror movie that came out in 1996. I'm a huge mega Scream fan. I'm sure some of you know that if you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter. But I'm the actual host of the Scream House tours. So at the end of the original Scream movie, the final act of that movie takes place in this huge mansion, and that house is in Northern California by the coast, and I'm actually the tour guide of that event. So On May 28th and 29th, Scream fans are going to come out to that house, and I'm going to show them around the house, and I'll be there in person. So if you guys are interested, I will put the link to that in the chat here shortly, and you guys can meet me in person, and you can also see the original Scream house in person. So if you're interested, it'd be really cool to meet some of you. And there might be more dates that open up, but for right now, it's just May 28th and 29th. I'm just in it. By the way, if I go silent for a second, it just means that I'm reading the chat. So some of you I can see are Scream fans. It's really cool. And it looks like I got a couple more super chat donations, and I can't ignore those. So Wendigo, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And the Indian 24, thanks for putting me to sleep every night. You're welcome. I'm assuming that that's what you like. That's what you want me to do. So you're welcome. Irene K, thank you for being here. I'm just going to shout out some people. Pentium Man. Pentium Man is a fan of American cheese, just like me. I know, American cheese. It's not real cheese, but it tastes good. I mean, if it's not cheese, then what is it? It's cheese. Maybe it's, maybe it's man-made cheese, but it's good. Tastes good. Tastes really good on a cheeseburger. Jeremiah Augustin, Lawrence Nygate, Stephanie Hanley, Country Roads, Brandy Hammond. And by the way, there is definitely going to be some people in this chat that I don't talk to, and it's not anything personal, and it doesn't mean that I purposely skipped you. It's just because I just can't talk to everybody. It's just the way that it is. So I apologize in advance. Kate Orth, yes, I do remember you. Thank you for being here. Bobby King, one of my most loyal friends, subscribers, followers. Thank you so much for being here. Also one of my moderators, BD Saints 1986, has been with me for years, literally years, and has been a trusted moderator for when I do this kind of thing. So I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Charles, if I say your name wrong, I apologize. Charles Codalis, thank you so much for the super chat donation. I love you guys. I really do. KZ Drizzy, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Hannah Finlay, thank you for being here. Big Boom, what happened to We Shouldn't Be Here? My cousin, he's just doing other things. He's a full-time tattoo artist, doing very well. If you live in the Sacramento area, you can definitely get a tattoo by We Shouldn't Be Here. And he would definitely love to hook you guys up with some cool tats. Nicholas Mata, thank you for being here, says, ever think of coming to visit Texas sometime? I've been to Texas before. Yes, actually, we have a friend that's moving to Texas shortly, and we definitely plan on going out there to visit her. So, when she does. I'm reading a lot of compliments, and I just want to say thank you. Stephanie Valentin, Lena Maria, Stacy. Thank you guys. I appreciate you very much. So I just want to be upfront and let you guys know that this is a specifically timed stream, and it will end at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So in about 2.5 hours, I will be with you guys hanging out. So in addition to the Scream House tours that I'm doing, if you guys want to go out to the Scream House and meet me in person, that would be really cool. I've also got some news about Chilling, which is the Scary Stories app that I created and founded almost a year ago. It's been growing very well. We've got a lot of dedicated followers and subscribers, and we've got huge updates in the works. We're constantly adding new content, hours each week. And we have got a lot of different narrators from YouTube on there, as well as other professional narrators that are not on YouTube. We've got Let's Read, Mr. Creepypasta, Your Maker, Dr. Creepin, a lot more. It's going really well. And one of the big updates that's coming out very soon that I know everyone is going to love is the ability for users to comment on stories and talk to each other. So, that's something that we've always planned on doing is creating a sense of community on the app itself. And we want people to be able to interact and talk to each other and discuss stories and things like that. So it's going to be really cool. That's coming out very, very soon. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Just reading some comments here. Elena, thank you for being here. Ultra Oof says, which Scream House are you going to? So it's the original Scream House. It's the big mansion that takes place in the third act of the original movie. And I'm the tour guide of that house. So there's going to be tours of the house where Scream fans go out there. And it's going to be really cool. And that's happening May 28th and 29th. The tickets are, I'm not going to lie, the tickets are a little bit pricey. But I promise you, we've already done it once before. I promise you it's worth it. If you're a Scream fan, going out to that house and meeting me and just that whole experience is really, really fun. And you will make a lot of friends, and it's really, really cool. So, yeah, I would really love to meet some of you if you wanted to go out there. So HFX says, anyone know the app name again? I forgot. It's called Chilling. And Jasmine wants me to notice her, so that's what I'm doing. I'm noticing you. Thank you for being here. Garrow, thank you so much for coming. Also, a moderator that's been very loyal and very cool for years now. I really appreciate you stopping by. And, of course, Elk, thank you so much for being here. Also a very, very loyal subscriber and moderator, has been with me for years. Thank you so much for being here. And Booze and Booze, who I recently had on my channel as a guest, is in the chat. He's a very talented narrator. And he's up and coming. He says, what's up, man? Hope you have a good stream. Thank you very much. And I appreciate you stopping by. You're a very cool dude. I like you. I like everything that you post on Twitter. You made me laugh yesterday pretty hard with some gift that you posted. It was hilarious. So I enjoy your tweets, man. Thank you for stopping by. Terry and Jacob's World, thank you for being here. They also have a YouTube channel. Please go check it out and subscribe. Andrew B says, were you born in 86 being scared? Yes, I was born in 1986. So Kate Orth says, when will you have another Scary Stories video coming out? And the next one is coming out very soon. And I'm going to say with honesty that it is so cool. The background video that I made for it is really, really cool. I think that, some of you are listening to this right now, and you're going to see that when my next video comes out, you're going to see the video that I created for it, and you're going to laugh and think, wow, this is one of the coolest ones that he's ever made. So I, at least I hope so. I hope that you guys like it because I'm really proud of it and it's really cool. It's a crackling fire video. So I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. I know that most of my subscribers want to, they want the rain. And I get that. But sometimes I got to switch it up and give some people some crackling fire. Elk, yes, I did notice you. Thank you so much for being here. So I really don't want to forget about some super chats that are here that I got. I got to shout these out. Event Horizon, thank you so much. You have read one of my stories. I really appreciate that. So here's a couple bucks back from what you paid me. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Kelly B, I love your stories. Thank you for all your dedication. You help me calm throughout the days and nights. Well, thank you so much for saying so. And, you know, I never imagined in a million years that I would make a difference, you know, in anybody's life or help them. And it's truly an honor to do so. It makes me very happy. Rudy Alvarez, thank you so much for the donation. Love your content. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. So, one second here. I'm trying to get caught up with the super chat. Let me, as a reminder, I'm gonna miss some of you, and I apologize. I have nothing personal against any of you. I love you all, but I cannot respond to everybody. It's just the way it is. So I apologize. The Winter Soldier, thank you for being here, says, hey, being scared, how are you doing? I'm doing very well. Very, very well. And Wendy, thank you for being here, says, you have the best male voice for scary narrations. Yes, I categorize everyone I follow. Well, thank you so much for saying that. It really means a lot, considering that there's so many talented narrators on YouTube. So just as a reminder, if you guys have any true scary stories that you want to submit and actually have me narrate and put on my channel, I will pay you $20 for if they're featured on the channel. So I have a subreddit that you guys can go to. It's called Being Scared Stories. And you guys can share your stories there, or you can just email them directly. You can see that on the screen. It's beingscared86@gmail.com. I would prefer that you share it on the subreddit. It just kind of helps me keep everything organized in one location. Angelic Vampire, please say hi to me. Hi. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so again, if you guys have some stories to share it on my subreddit, Being Scared Stories. And if I choose them to be on my channel, I will send you $20 via PayPal. And I'm going to do that with every video moving forward for the rest of my YouTube career. By the way, I just want to let everybody know that my moderators in here, they're very trusted friends, and I have no idea who's watching this stream right now. And if it's, you know, if we've got children in here, then I really don't want to subject them to, you know, profanity and stuff like that. So if you wouldn't mind, just please kind of keep it PG-13. Otherwise, my moderators are going to see it, and they're not going to like it, and they're going to silence you or kick you out or something like that. But they're pretty strict, I'm not going to lie. So that's the way that it's always been done here. You're not going to hear me say profanity. And yeah, I would appreciate it. Just jumping in the chat here. Furniture, Mr. Nightmare collab would go hard. You know what? I would love to do that. I really would. Write him an email and be like, hey, please collab with Being Scared. Please do that. Go to his channel and just, everybody go to his channel and just flood him with comments. Being Scared. Collab with Being Scared. The Indian 24, the highest donation ever. I don't know. I really don't know. I want to say it's $100. I think I've gotten a $100 donation, which was absolutely incredible. Default Dan, thank you so much for the donation. All the OGs should know who I am. Let's get it. Oh, I know who you are. I definitely recognize you, and I appreciate you. Danny Kaplan, you are absolutely amazing with your narrations. I find myself listening every night. If I don't hear your voice, I can't fall asleep. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for saying that. It's an absolute honor to do this. It's the greatest honor of my life to do this and help people. I can't even put it into how I really feel, to be honest. I mean, the things that I'll say are so basic, but the way that I really feel, I can't even put it to words. The thought of just helping people makes me so happy, and I'm gonna do it for as long as I possibly can until my voice just can't do it anymore. Hopefully when I'm like 80 years old, so we'll see. Heather Player, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Bernard says, where are you from? Born. I was born in Long Beach, California, and I'm from Sacramento. That's where I grew up. And I live in that area still right now. Hannah Finlay says, are you friends with Uncle Unit? Yes, I've been friends with him for many years. He's a very good friend. I respect him very much. He actually just had a baby. Him and his wife just had a baby, so they're busy and they're celebrating that, and which is amazing. So if you guys want to pop over to his channel and give him a congratulations on being a new daddy, I'm sure he would appreciate that. Danny Kaplan, thank you so much for the donation. And Michelle Ortega, thank you very much. I have the Chilling app. I love it. It really helps me sleep. What made you want to create the app? So the story of why I created the Chilling app is because, you know, over the years, I've gotten so many comments on my videos of people saying, I wish that I could raise the volume of the rain without affecting the narration, or raise the volume of your voice but not the rain, or, you know, or the crackling fire, or any combination of that. And so I got the idea, what if there was a platform just for dedicated to scary stories, and what if you could change the ambient sounds whenever you wanted without affecting the stories, and you could raise the volume of the rain or the fire and it wouldn't even affect the stories. And so that's kind of where I got the idea. I just really wanted to create something cool, something different for the community. So I'm just jumping in the chat here. Hi Drac says, have you experienced anything terrifying yourself? Yeah, a couple times. I mean, terrifying, like absolutely terrifying, I would say no, probably not compared to what some other people have experienced. But yeah, I've had a couple scary experiences. I've actually shared a couple of them on my channel before. I'm not going to go into that now because that would just take a long time. Ashley Romero, are there going to be any more creators added to your Chilling app? Yes, absolutely. There will be definitely more narrators added, and more authors all the time. And we've actually got something cool coming out within the next couple weeks. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the YouTube channel Dead Meat, but one of the hosts of that channel, her name is Chelsea Rebecca. She's actually coming out with an exclusive narration series on Chilling in the next couple weeks. So look out for that. She's extremely talented, and it's really, really cool. It's an exclusive story written by TJ Lee, an extremely talented author that we feature on the Chilling app all the time. Angel Felipe 09, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. The Winter Soldier, are your stories based on true stories? Yes, most of them are allegedly true. Of course, there's no way for us to really know if they're true, but I really try to pick those stories that sound realistic to me, because I know that you guys don't want stories that are, you know, claiming to be true, and then they're about the Loch Ness monster, you know, sneaking into someone's kitchen and eating all their cookies. So I know that you guys want stuff that sounds real, so I really do my best to pick out stories that sound real, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Brian Riggs says, by far the best narrator for scary stories. Others are good too, but this is my spot for the best experience. some stories aren't scary, but your talent makes it all the better. Well, I really appreciate that. Not all the stories are going to be absolute winners, and I know that, but I really do my best to try to pick out the best possible ones so that you guys aren't bored. And I really appreciate you saying that. It's a very nice compliment. Thank you. Event Horizon says the girl from Sinister Animations is my favorite female narrator. She should be on Chilling. Sinister Animations. I've never heard of that channel. I'll check it out after this stream. So my wife is in the chat, and she just commented on someone else's comment, and now I have to see what that person said. I can't find that person. I have no idea what they said, and I feel bad. I'm sorry. I just can't get to everybody. I hope you guys understand. Nah, I don't know what they said. I can't find it. Everybody, please say hello to my wife who's in the chat. She's always been my biggest supporter, and it's definitely not possible for me to be here without her. She has been instrumental in my YouTube channel success and the Chilling app, which, fun little fact, my wife is actually the one that came up with the name Chilling for the app. Oh, somebody asked if I had a girlfriend. No, I have a wife, and she's in the chat. No, I've been married for almost 5 years. We're celebrating our 5-year anniversary later this year. We've been together for almost 9 years. We're very happily married. And like I said just a second ago, she's always been my biggest supporter. And she's always in the chat, helping me moderate, making fun of me, stuff like that. Again, I'm only silent because I'm reading these comments. So I do think it would be fun to read maybe a scary story or two. So if you guys want me to do that, if you guys want me to read a scary story, please type scary story or just type chat if you want me to continue doing what I'm doing now. And we'll kind of see where the majority falls there. By the way, cheers. I'm drinking red wine tonight. What are you guys drinking? Are you guys drinking anything? Are you snacking on anything? Let me see it. What are you guys drinking? What are you eating? Well, I'm seeing a good mix, but I think I'm seeing more scary story. Yeah, I'm seeing scary story. People want me to read a scary story. All right, so let's do that. Hang on a second. So one of my favorite things to do is read scary stories from my favorite scary stories book, which is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Dang, one of my favorite scary stories from that book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, is The Voice. And I never realized how short it is, but it is so short. And just to give you guys an idea, of how short that story is, I'm going to read it for you real quick. This is The Voice from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, written by Alvin Schwartz. Ellen had just fallen asleep when she heard a strange voice. "Ellen," it whispered, "I am coming up the stairs. I am on the first step. Now I am on the second step." Ellen got scared and called her parents, but they didn't hear her, and they didn't come. Then the voice whispered, "Ellen, I am on the top step. Now I'm in the hall. Now I'm outside your room." Then it whispered, "I am standing right next to your bed." And then, "I've got you." Ellen screamed, and the voice stopped. Her father rushed into the room and turned on the light. "Somebody is in here," Ellen said. They looked and looked. Nobody was there. See, as a kid, that story always just chilled my blood. It was just so scary to me when I was a kid, and it's one of my favorites. But it's only like 3 paragraphs. I hope you guys enjoyed. One of my favorites. I'll read a longer one. As a matter of fact, I'll read one of my favorites and a little bit later on. Honestly, that book is so legendary to me because I swear I would not be talking to you right now if those books did not exist. Those books are directly responsible for making me fall in love with scary stories. And just as a little, how I got into doing this, I've always loved scary stories. When I was growing up, I always was in the library looking for scary stories books, and those were obviously the first that I found because they were so popular. And I was always just on the lookout for those. And so in like 2015, I found Mr. Nightmare on YouTube, and he read scary stories. And I specifically remember before I started my channel, sometimes I would be laying in bed at night listening to Mr. Nightmare stories, and they were so good and so scary. And I would I would make my wife listen to them too. She didn't want to probably, but she did because she loves me. So that's how I got into reading scary stories myself. I thought it would be fun to start my own channel. I honestly can't believe that I'm doing this right now. I can't believe that I'm sitting here live streaming and talking to people that listen to videos that I created. It's just so surreal, so incredible, and I love you guys so much. Mr. Nightmare is definitely the most popular. He's a lot of people's favorites, including mine, if I'm being honest. I'm just reading the chat. That's why I'm being quiet. But you guys are typing things and I'm reading it, so I appreciate you. EJ says, "Do you like Darkness Prevails?" Yes, of course. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and I like him very much. I think he's an awesome person. Did you see the movie, Michelle Ortega? Yes, I did. I thought it was okay. Honestly, I didn't really like how they tried to incorporate every story into one. They tried to incorporate every scary story from that book, or not every story from the book, but all of the stories from the book that they incorporated into the movie. I don't like that they tried to like weave it all into one story. I thought that that was kind of lame. I really wish that they would have just made it like an anthology, like The Twilight Zone or something like that, to where they're just not connected. I think that would have been cool. But, is what it is. Default Dan, I love to stay, but I'm living a busy life now. I'll tune in next time, my lord. Now that's something you haven't heard me say in a good long time. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and it's good to see you. Is Mr. Nightmare on Chilling by BD Saints? No, unfortunately not. I'm hoping that he will be on Chilling someday. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. We ordered some dinner here just a little while ago, and it just arrived here just a little bit ago. And this stream is not supposed to end for another 2 hours. And, I'm super excited to be here with you guys, but I'm also starving. So I hope you guys don't mind, but would you be okay with me eating dinner while I do this stream? Because I'm starving. And evidently the tacos that are upstairs are really good, and I really want to at least eat one of them, if you wouldn't mind. I'm sorry, but we tried to plan it to where they would get here before the stream started, but they were late. So of course it got here after I started my stream, and I'm not going to postpone my stream and make you guys wait. So Miranda, thank you so much for the super chat donation. Everybody is so supportive. Look at them telling me to go eat. Go eat the tacos. Tacos, tacos. Go eat. Go eat. ASMR food. No, I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm not going to I'm not going to ASMR my tacos. Small talk. Love your work. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. You know what's funny though is we've got 240 people in here right now, which is incredible. And I know that if I start eating my tacos and stop talking, people are going to leave. They don't care that I'm starving. They just don't care. If I don't talk, they are going to leave. They don't care if I haven't eaten for a month. I need to talk. It is not taco time. It is talk time. It is talk-o time. Caitlin Cosper, you're like a god, bro. A god. Well, that is high praise. Thank you very much. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can mute this just for a second. All right, honestly, I can't even. These tacos are so good. I've never had these tacos before, but they're chicken street tacos from this place down the street. Who here likes street tacos? Man, these are so good. I'm gonna mute it though because I don't want to like chew into my microphone. So someone said please do like one taco crunch, but I can't do it. One, because they're not crunchy. They're street tacos, so they're just like soft flour. I'm sorry, corn. They're corn. But I'm not going to talk. And I'm not going to chew into the mic. I'm just not going to do that. I'm sorry. Please don't leave. I promise I'm trying to like choke these down as fast as I can. But I'm so hungry and I need to eat dinner, so please don't leave. I'll be done in just a second. I promise. Yes, I do put spicy sauce on my tacos. It's like the red sauce. I got green and red sauce. Of course, I went for the red because I love spicy food. Like I want it really spicy, and it is pretty spicy, and I love it. So yeah, to answer your question, yes. All right, I'm done. I'm done eating. It's all good. We're good to go. Oh man. Man, those are so good. Oh, that sauce was so spicy, so delicious. My mouth is on fire and I love it. Who here loves spicy food? Carnitas all day. Oh, yeah. Yep, yep. Carnitas are the bomb. Yep. Some people, Lupita says some people left. I knew they would. Doesn't matter. Even if I explain myself and I say that I'm starving and I need to eat dinner, they don't care. They just want to be entertained. So the people that did stick around, I really appreciate you. Thank you. And Creepy Clown Girl, thank you so much for the donation and the tacos. I appreciate that. Justin Oki, thank you so much for being here. Dane is the best. Love being scared and chilling. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, my mouth is on fire because that sauce is spicier than I thought it would be. You know, I really have respect for restaurants when they give you sauce that's actually spicy. Sometimes they give you like, you know, this is our spiciest sauce and it's just not spicy. So I respect places that really do give you a spicy sauce. This one was good. It was spicy and it tasted good. Am I making you guys hungry? So Carly Sullivan says, face reveal soon? Yes. Yes, a face reveal is coming soon. And somebody asked just a minute ago, do I look like the picture on the screen, the guy like in the rain? Yeah, I think I kind of do look like that guy. So you guys can be the judge here soon when I do a face reveal. Not tonight. I'm not doing it tonight, but it will happen soon. So. So I'm curious to see where you guys are from. If you wouldn't mind telling me, just type in the chat, where are you from in the world? It's just always fascinating to me to see where everybody's from. Angie says, I'm starving for tacos, but I'm a vegetarian. Well, can you do a vegetarian taco? Just do some corn tacos with some vegetables in there and some hot sauce. That sounds good to me. Honestly, all you need is the hot sauce. Just cover everything in hot sauce and you won't taste anything else. So, oh man, look at all these places. Okay, so definitely seeing most people are from United States. Ooh, the Philippines. That's cool. Ireland. Very cool. Virginia, Oregon, Arizona, Sweden. Wow. Colorado, Canada. I haven't been there yet, but I really want to go. Texas, Connecticut, Michigan, Kentucky. Man, we've got people from every part of the world here. Every state. That's really cool. I really appreciate you guys being here with me. So, just to kind of reiterate what I said earlier, I know some of you are new to the chat right now, so I just wanted to say that I've got a couple announcements. If you guys are interested, on May 28th and 29th, I will be hosting an event in person at the original Scream House, which is the house that takes place, or the house that's featured in the final act of the original Scream horror movie. So if that sounds cool to you guys and you guys want to meet me in person and tour that house, you can meet me out there, and it's going to be a really cool time. And also, my app Chilling is doing really well, and we've got a huge update coming out soon. It's going to really, really be awesome, where users can comment on stories and talk to each other. So it's going to add a community aspect to Chilling, and I really think people are going to enjoy it. We've been working hard on it for a long time, and it's going to be really cool. Springs says, I was born and live in Canada, but my background is Sri Lanka. Oh, and Portugal. Very cool. Very, very cool. Angie says, when again? May 27th? No, May 28th and 29th, Saturday and Sunday. I think it's Memorial Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys want to come out there, California, on the West Coast, it's going to be really cool. Jason says, I absolutely love Scream. So do I, man. I'm the biggest fan ever. Angel says, where are you from? I'm from California. That's where I'm at. That's where I was raised. I will probably never leave. Harley Dad says, have you ever heard of Mr. Black Pasta of the Disturbing Truth channel? I've heard of Mr. Black Pasta, but I'm not familiar with the Disturbing Truth channel. I'm not sure if that's the same person, but I've known Mr. Black Pasta for years. I respect him. I haven't talked to him in a long time, though. Okay, I'm just reading the chat. So do you guys want me to read another story? Or you guys want me to stick here with you and talk to you guys? Patrick says the parody scene of Scream in Scary Movie was hilarious. Oh my gosh, I know. I loved Scary Movie. It was so, so funny. Opinion on Mr. Balin. Respect. I think he's amazing. I think his channel is awesome. And I'm super happy for his success and everything he's got going on. So, Gav, I'm just going to say Gav because I think I'll mess up the other part. It says favorite band. I'm not really sure that I have a favorite band these days. I don't know. I just kind of like a lot of stuff. Sorry, I know that's kind of a boring answer, but nothing really comes to mind when somebody asks my favorite band. So, Creepy Clown Girl, thank you for sharing the link to the app, Chilling, if you guys want to download and start a free trial. Check it out. I know you guys will like it. We've got tons of narrators on there from YouTube, including myself, of course. Well, something really cool about Chilling is that all of the stories narrated by me, actually all of the stories on Chilling, none of them have been on my YouTube channel before. So it's all fresh content. And there's like 40 hours of stories just by me on Chilling that have never been on this channel. I'll say that again. 40 hours of content on Chilling narrated by me that's never been on this channel. And that's just by me. We have 15 other narrators on there. We have hundreds of hours of scary stories. So I hope you guys go check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. EJ says Scream or Halloween, and for me, it's Scream. Always will be Scream. Although I do really like Halloween as well. So... just reading the chat here. Just one second, guys. Jason or Freddy? Brandon McQueen wants to know. Oh, come on, man. Don't make me choose between them. It's Ghostface, man. It's Ghostface for me, always. Ari's sweetie says, I love your voice. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm sure I would love yours too, but I can't hear your voice. V says, just a quick question. How come in your videos, the intro, you still talk in the narrator's voice and not just how you would be in a live stream, just casually talking? Sorry for repeating on message. That's a good question. And the reason why is because when I'm recording for a video, it's just like a subconscious thing. I'm just in the mode of narrating, and I just don't feel that when I'm doing a live stream. I just don't know. I don't know why. That's probably the answer. And I think it would be kind of weird if I was talking like this, just a lot more relaxed, and then I just kind of switch into narration in a video, in the intro. I'm like, hey, there's only 3 ads in this video, I hope you enjoy. And there's only 3 ads after the first 3 stories. And then a couple seconds later, I'm like, so in 1983, I was living by myself. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. This is separate. This is not a normal video. So I'm just talking normally. Yes. Somebody said, so you make your voice deeper. Yes, I do make my voice deeper on purpose when I'm narrating. Brandon Esther says, we shouldn't be here, I think, as your family. I listen to both more than anyone, but I don't think he does anymore. No, he does not narrate anymore. He's a full-time tattoo artist. He's doing really well doing that, and I'm not sure if he's going to narrate anymore. But you never know. Lynn says, I'm wondering when you're going to post another scary story video on YouTube. That'll be very soon, within the next few days, hopefully. The stories that I have lined up for the next video are really, really good. As I mentioned this earlier too, but the background video that I created for the next video, it's a crackling fire video, and it's really, really, really cool. In my opinion, I hope you guys think so too. I'm Batman. There you go. There's that. Angie says, are you going to talk more about the Scream House meetup when the time comes? Like what time and where will you be? Like in front of the house? I'll be inside the house. And if you buy tickets to the event, all you have to do is just show up on time, and you'll walk up to the front of the house. And if you're a fan of Scream, it's going to blow your mind that you're there. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to open the door and I'm going to say, welcome. And you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're here. This house is amazing. So we've already done it once before. We did it like a month ago, and it went really well. If you're a big fan of Scream, there's nothing like it. I swear it was the most amazing thing. And none of the people that went before were actual. I don't think that any of them were actual fans of my YouTube channel, but I do want to mention it just because it would be so awesome to meet some of you. I really want to meet some of you guys so bad. So if none of you guys come out to this, then I might plan like a meet and greet, something like that soon. Maybe in like Texas, somewhere like in the mid-US, to where it kind of makes it kind of easier for everybody to get there. Just make it super easy for people in Texas. I don't know though. Maybe. That might happen. By the way, I just want to mention this again. It's not possible for me to respond to everybody that's commenting, and I apologize if I miss your comments. I know that some of you are repeating the same thing over and over, probably getting kind of frustrated with me, and I apologize. Welcome. What scares you? A lot of things scare me, honestly. I'm a very safety conscious person, so watching people do stupid things gives me anxiety because I don't like seeing people get hurt. Unless it's a movie, of course. Unless it's fiction, then I love it. I love horror movies. I love watching people get slaughtered by slashers, and but only if it's fake, not if it's real life. So I know some people would rather just hear me read a scary story, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do one of my favorites. Let's do one of the most classic scary stories to tell in the dark. Let's do Harold. You guys want to hear that one? Ooh, this is a longer one. So I'm going to reposition my microphone so that I can see the screen a little bit better. So if you guys want to hear me narrate Harold from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, please type Harold or type no, and let's see what the majority is. Any second now, I'm going to see Harold just fly across the screen with some nose sprinkled in there. Harold, 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 Harold. Harold. King Harold. Guantanamo Bay. Well, that's interesting. All right, let's do Harold. All right, let's do it. This is Harold, featured in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, written by Alvin Schwartz. When it got hot in the valley, Thomas and Alfred drove their cows up to a cool, green pasture in the mountains to graze. Usually they stayed there with the cows for 2 months. Then they brought them down to the valley again. The work was easy enough, but oh, was it boring. All day the 2 men tended their cows. At night they went back to the tiny hut where they lived. They ate supper and worked in the garden and went to sleep. It was always the same. Then Thomas said an idea that changed everything. "Let's make a doll the size of a man," he said. "It would be fun to make, and we could put it in the garden to scare the birds." "It should look like Harold," Alfred said. Harold was a farmer they both hated. They made a doll out of the old sacks stuffed with straw. They gave it a pointy nose like Harold's and tiny eyes like his. Then they added dark hair and a twisted frown. Of course, they also gave it Harold's name. Each morning on their way to the pasture, they tied Harold to a pole in the garden to scare away the birds. Each night they brought him inside so that he wouldn't get ruined if it rained. When they were feeling playful, they would talk to him. One of them might say, "How are the vegetables growing today, Harold?" Then the other, making believe he was Harold, would answer in a crazy voice, "Very slowly." They would both laugh, but not Harold. Whenever something went wrong, they took it out on Harold. They would curse at him, even kick or punch him. Sometimes one of them would take the food they were eating, which they were both sick of, and smear it on the doll's face. "How do you like that stew, Harold?" he would ask. "Well, you better eat it or else." Then the 2 men would howl with laughter. One night, after Thomas had wiped Harold's face with food, Harold grunted. "Did you hear that?" Alfred asked. "It was Harold," Thomas said. "I was watching him when it happened. I can't believe it." "How could he grunt?" Alfred asked. "He's just a sack of straw. It's not possible." "Let's throw him in the fire," Thomas said, "and that will be that." "Let's not do anything stupid," said Alfred. "We don't know what's going on. When we move the cows down, we'll leave him behind. For now, let's just keep an eye on him. So they left Harold sitting in the corner of the hut. They didn't talk to him or take him out. They didn't talk to him or take him outside anymore. Now and then the doll grunted, but that was all. After a few days, they decided there was nothing to be afraid of. Maybe a mouse or some insects had gotten inside Harold and were making those sounds. So Thomas and Alfred went back to their old ways. Each morning they put Harold out in the garden, and each night they brought him back into the hut. When they felt playful, they joked with him. When they felt mean, they treated him as badly as ever. Then one night, Alfred noticed something that frightened him. "Harold is growing," he said. "I was thinking the same thing," Thomas said. "Maybe it's just our imagination," Alfred replied. "We have been up here in this mountain for too long." The next morning, while they were eating, Harold stood up and walked out of the hut. He climbed up on the roof and trotted back and forth, like a horse on its hind legs. All day and night, he trotted like that. In the morning, Harold climbed down and stood in a far corner of the pasture. The men had no idea what he would do next. They were afraid. They decided to take the cows down into the valley that same day. When they left, Harold was nowhere in sight. They felt as if they had escaped a great danger and began joking and singing. But when they had gone only a mile or two, they realized they had forgotten to bring the milking stools. Neither one wanted to go back for them, but the stools would cost a lot to replace. "There is nothing to be afraid of," they told one another. After all, what could a doll do? They drew straws to see which one would go back. It was Thomas. "I'll catch up with you," he said, and Alfred walked toward the valley. When Alfred came to a rise in the path, he looked back for Thomas. He did not see him anywhere, but he did see Harold. The doll was on the roof of the hut again. As Alfred watched, Harold kneeled and stretched out a bloody skin to dry in the sun. Interesting. I don't remember that story being like that at all. Pretty interesting. Mary Johns, thank you so much for the super chat donations. And holy cow, one of my favorite readers. How are you? I'm doing very well. I hope you are as well. And again, thank you so much for the donation. Donations are not expected, but they are very, very appreciated. Somebody said lagging. I hope that it wasn't lagging. Are you talking about my stream? Was it lagging? I hope not. By the way, I'm sure you guys heard me mess up there a couple times. There's no way to edit when I'm doing a live stream, so you're going to hear me mess up and restart a sentence every now and again. Sorry about that. Elk, thank you for still being here. Great story. Thank you. I appreciate that. No lag, so everything is still going good. That's good. Very, very good. Sugar Snap says, "Another story, please?" ? I didn't need to say question mark, did I? I didn't need to say it 3 times. Ethan says, "I really appreciate the content that you make, and I think you are one of, if not the best narrators who read scary stories out there." Well, thank you so much. Considering that there's so many greats out there, like Mr. Nightmare, and why am I drawing a blank? I know of so many other narrators. I'm just kind of distracted by the chat, if I'm being honest. I really love just talking to you guys. I know that some of you would rather just hear me read scary stories live, but isn't it better, isn't it better to actually talk to me and I read what you say and I talk to you? Because you can listen to my videos anytime, you can listen to stories anytime you want. The Sleeping Wendigo says, hello, everyone. Hello, thank you for being here. You probably did not expect me to just shout you out right now, huh? Especially out of 260 people that are in here right now. The Sleeping Wendigo definitely did not expect me to just shout them out like this. But I am, because you're special. Mary Johns, I have stories. Well, please share them. If you guys have any scary stories, true scary stories that you want to share, please send them to my subreddit, which is Being Scared Stories. And if your story is chosen to be featured on Being Scared, I will send you $20 via PayPal for allowing me to feature it. And by the way, if there's anybody in the chat right now that have already submitted stories that I have read, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm reading a lot of kindness, a lot of compliments, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you. 269 people in here right now. That is incredible. That is incredible. I remember when I was first starting out as a narrator, I think I had like 5,000 subscribers, and I went into it was a live stream of Corpse Husband, I think. And he had like 500 people in there, and that just blew my mind that there was so many people in his live stream. I never thought in a million years that I would ever be anywhere close to that. But honestly, 266 people feels the same to me. It feels unbelievable. And thank you guys so much for being here. I really do want to do live streams more often. I know that I say that every single time I do a live stream. I know I say that and then I don't do it. It's just because I'm busy. It's not because I don't want to. I honestly love doing this. It really is an awesome way for me to connect with you guys. So just in case some of you guys are new, if you guys are down to check out the app that I created a year ago, it's called Chilling. It's available worldwide for Android and iPhone. So you can look it up in your app store, just type Chilling. And you can get hundreds of hours of scary stories by multiple narrators, including myself. It's a really, really cool app. We've worked so hard on it these last 2 years or so. It's only been out for a year, but we've been working on it for 2 years. So just to give you an idea of how hard we've been working on it. And we have a huge update coming out soon where everybody can talk to each other and comment. It's going to be really, really cool. Yeah. Chilling is going to be something really, really special very soon. I mean, I already think it is, but especially when people are able to comment and talk to each other, that's just going to add so much to it. People are going to, it's going to be a sense of community, because when you go into Chilling right now, you can't talk to anybody, and you just kind of get a sense of loneliness in there, at least I do. And I don't want people to feel that. I want them to go in there and talk to each other and really get know that there's other people there. And also the biggest update that we're working on is video content, which is actually going to be on Chilling, hopefully within the next 12 months, hopefully within the next 6 months. So, but it's a huge undertaking. We're working on Chilling original short horror films that are going to be on there, as well as feature films, Chilling original feature films and feature films that are already out, and, popular scary movies that people like. So it's going to be really cool. I hope you guys go download and check it out. Your support means everything. Bobby King, just wanted to shout you out and say thank you for being here. Event Horizon, I can tell you put your heart and soul into Chilling. You have done well. Well, thank you very much. We're not done. It's, managing an app is a constant it's just constant work. There's always bugs that need to be worked on, and it's just a constant thing that goes on. It's not always easy. Actually, it's never been easy, to be honest. It's been hard since the very beginning. So the Walking Bob says, how much does chilling cost? That's a great question. So we do have a free trial, so you can go download chilling and try it out for 3 days for free. So 3 whole days, and you get full access to check it out, and which I think is plenty of time to listen to stories and just kind of get a feel if you like it. But after that, it's $2.99 a month. We really wanted to make it, as affordable as possible, without while still being able to compensate the authors and all of the creators that are a part of it, because every single story that's on Chilling, every single one, and we have hundreds of stories on there by this point. I think actually over close to 1,000 stories on Chilling at this point. Every single one has been paid for. And so in order to continue paying for stories and paying our narrators and stuff for their time and their effort, a monthly subscription is necessary, and we really wanted to keep it as affordable as possible, and we will continue to keep it that way. So CC Suriano says, when are you going to do a face reveal? I want to do one so soon. I've been wanting to do a face reveal for a long time, but I promise you there will be a right time, and right now is not the right time, but it's coming up soon, I promise you. You're not going to have to wait another 6 years, I promise. Probably won't even have to wait another year. I'm planning, there's no reason why I can't just talk to you guys about this. So I'm planning on coming out with a new series where I show my face and I read scary stories just live, like not live, but in showing my face. And it's going to be cool. Well, at least I hope. I hope you guys think it's going to be cool. Zachary Potvin, thank you so much for the super chat donation. I can't help but realize that your last name reminds me of someone. One of my old subscribers, my supporters, and a good friend of mine. Her name was Carrie Temporary, but her last name was Potvin in real life. And I miss her. She passed away a couple years ago. But she was a good friend and one of my first loyal subscribers and friends on my channel. Anyway, so I really appreciate the super chat. Shout out to Carrie Temporary, one of the coolest people I've ever met. Rest in peace. Luke says, I love your videos, man. I've listened to all of your videos at least 10 times to help me sleep. I work night shifts, so sleeping in the daytime is always difficult, so this helps me times 100. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. And I really appreciate the kind comment. And it's my pleasure to help anybody. It's the most awesome thing that I've ever done. By the way, everybody, please say hello to my wife, who is still in the chat, showing me her support, always making sure that I don't make a fool of myself and say something stupid. She is Mrs. Being Scared. Please say hello. My biggest supporter. My best friend. The Walking Bob says, do you have a favorite scary story? Yes, I do. So it's no secret. I've made this very public for years. My favorite scary story was the one that Mr. Nightmare narrated a long time ago. It was about like an old woman who's like hides in some guy's house while he's in there. And then it's so scary. I've actually put it into a video of mine. It's got its own video, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's called A Tribute to Mr. Nightmare. Go listen to that story. It is so creepy. It's by far my favorite scary story that I've ever heard. I mean, ever. It's my favorite story, even like taking into account the stories from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And I actually had the pleasure to talk to the author of that story a couple of years ago. And they were a very nice person, but that story is so creepy. Steven says, "Hi, Mrs. Being Scared. What what scares your husband the most?" Yeah. She'd probably answer and say, watching our 4-year-old eat food, because he likes to just shovel food in his mouth, and I have a fear of choking. Funny story behind that, actually. So in 2017, so just a year, about a year after I started my channel, this was almost 5 years ago, I was getting ready to do a live stream, and I think it might have been my first one ever. I was getting ready to do a live stream, and it was on my birthday, and this was almost 5 years ago. And about an hour before my live stream was to start, I was eating some potatoes that I chopped up and put in the microwave, and I choked on a piece of potato, and it was a big piece, and I was choking on it, but I wasn't choking 100% to where I couldn't breathe. I would say that it was blocking my airway by like 90%. So I had about 10% where I could still breathe, and I had the genius idea of trying to wash it down with whatever drink that I was drinking at the time, and that didn't work out. And so when I took a drink of that drink and swallowed it, it took care of that other 10%, and it blocked my airway by 100%, and I no longer could breathe. And keep in mind, I'm like supposed to start a live stream in like an hour, and I'm like choking, like legit choking, and I probably went at least a full minute without being able to breathe. And my stepdaughter was out in the living room, and I was in my office, and I don't know what I did, but I just kind of fell onto the ground, and I just tried to cough as hard as I could, and I was able to cough out some of it, not a lot of it, and it's it was terrifying. I really think that I didn't have too much longer without going, losing consciousness, but I got lucky, and so ever since then I have a kind of a fear of choking. Not kind of, like a definite fear of choking, especially when watching my son eat. And no, my biggest fear is not my wife. I'm not afraid of my wife. Not in the way that she thinks, at least. I'm just afraid of making her unhappy. I just want her to be happy. That's what I want. That's all I want. BD Saint says, "Oh my God, you could have died." No, I could have died. I could have died right before my first live stream. It was, I'm laughing about it now, but it was not funny. It was really scary. I can't believe that I was able to cough it out of my throat. But when I coughed, I didn't even get it all out. It was just some of it, just enough to where I could breathe, to where I didn't die. And then so I was able to kind of just calm myself down and realize, okay, I can breathe, so I need to just stay calm and figure out what I'm going to do now. And I can't remember what I did. I think I went in the bathroom and just, as much as I can, I started coughing really hard as much as I can, and then eventually I just kind of got it out that way. But yeah, it was not cool. It sucked. It was scary, and I scared the hell out of my daughter too, my stepdaughter. Because I was, coughing, and she knew that something was wrong because of the way that I was coughing. Honestly, I have a fear of eating potatoes now just because of that. Not mashed potatoes, though. You can't choke on mashed potatoes. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know, but... No. My wife's in here just like having conversations with people. Yes, her favorite movie is definitely Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. It's a comedy. Have you guys seen that one? So funny. Such a good movie. Kate G says, "I choked on a hot dog in the back seat of my mom's car when I was young. She had to pull over and help me. It is scary." Yes, it is. Choking is really scary. Because you're just, you're eating food and everything's chill, and then something goes wrong, and then, the fear of death is suddenly in your mind, and you're like, if I can't fix this right now, I'm going to die. And you know that you are. You know that you can't breathe without air, and it's terrifying when it happens, because every time it happens, it's unexpected. Nobody ever chokes on purpose. Nobody is ever thinking like, I'm probably going to choke right now. When it happens, it's completely unexpected and it's so scary. Marla's Tourism, thank you so much for the donation. Glad the potato didn't get you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad too. My son wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have created Chilling. I wouldn't be able to be a husband to my beautiful wife, be a father to my son, my stepkids. I wouldn't have been able to see Scream 5. I mean, that's probably the biggest deal, honestly. If I was not able to see Scream 5, I mean, Any Scream fans in here? Clump of Dirt says, I'm so glad you upload frequently. I've been really stressed medically, and you lull me into sleep every night. Thank you for existing. Well, thank you very much. Very nice comment. You know, I really do wish that I could put out videos more often. I really try to do it as fast as I possibly can. Honestly, the biggest struggle for me is just having stories. If people would submit stories more frequently to my subreddit, Being Scared Stories, if I had more stories on there frequently, I would get videos out faster. That's the truth. It's just they come in kind of slowly, and you know, the stories have to be a certain level of realistic and scary and also long. If it's 3 sentences, I can't read that and put it in a video, and I can't read a 3-sentence story. People are going to be like, that's it, you know? So it has to be a certain length too. It has to be scary. It has to be believable. I actually have to believe that it really happened. And so those stories are kind of rare. And so that's why it takes me a little while. So I'm really hoping to get stories at a faster pace. Being Scared, what's your favorite holiday? Christmas. Definitely Christmas. I know, because of what I do, I'm sure you guys are like, it's not Halloween. Like, no, it's not. I mean, I love horror. I love horror movies. I love everything horror, and I love Halloween. I really do. But nothing compares to Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas, you know? Christmas is so awesome. There's nothing like watching your kids open gifts on Christmas morning. There's nothing like that. Except, of course, when you were a kid and you were opening the gifts and it was the most amazing thing. But I dare say that it's actually better watching your kids open their gifts. Because as parents, the only thing you really care about on Christmas morning is whether or not there's coffee. You know? Which, thank you to my wife for always making sure that there's coffee on Christmas morning. Christmas is great. The glitter and family and love and cookies. Cookies, definitely the cookies. Christmas cookies are one of the best things in the world. And Michelle Ortega. Christmas is the best because of the food. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I mean, if we're really going to talk seriously right now, if we're going to talk food, then Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving. I could eat Thanksgiving food every single night for dinner. I wouldn't, because I'd be 400 pounds and I wouldn't be able to fit through my front door, but I love it that much. Honestly, I'm curious to see what kind of food what is your guys' favorite food? Please type in the chat. What is your favorite kind of food? Is it Mexican? Is it Italian? Is it Chinese? Is it, just American home-cooked kind of stuff? Macaroni and cheese? I mean, what is it? I want to see. I want to see what wins. What's the most popular kind of food that people like the most? Watch, we're going to see it any second now. It's just going to flood the chat. Well, you guys are already probably seeing it, but for me, there's a delay. So, okay, we've got Japanese. We've got Parmesan noodles. We've got crab legs. Ooh, Chinese, Mexican. Thai, sushi. Oh, there's a variety. There's no clear winner here. Cheese, cinnamon rolls, Korean. My wife will definitely agree with the cinnamon rolls. She's a cinnamon roll freak. Mexican, mac and cheese, Escargot. Oh, come on, Walking Bob. Escargot. Cookie dough. There's a good one. Come on, you guys. I want to see the obvious stuff like cookie dough. How is cookie dough not the best food? You take a bite of cookie dough. You've never had anything better than that bite of cookie dough. Chicken and dressing? Interesting. Pizza is my favorite, says Lady Draco 87. You know what? I might have to agree with pizza. I was talking with my wife about this recently, and I think pizza is probably my favorite. I'm just never not in the mood for pizza. No one will ever say, do you want pizza? And I'll be like, nah, not really. That'll never happen. Tamales. Yes, I love tamales. Weed brownies. Mexican. Definitely. Mexican is so good too. Nothing really beats a good burrito in my book. El Salvadorian food. Interesting. Steak burritos, definitely. That sounds so good. Fruit salad, Liberty NB Casio. Come on. I mean, I respect that you like to eat healthy. That sounds awesome. And, hats off to you. I mean, I like to eat healthy. But fruit salad is your favorite food? Come on now. BD Saint says, come to Maine. You'll say no to the pizza. Do they not have good pizza there? I don't suppose they do have really good pizza in Maine, do they? They probably have really, really good seafood, though. Lasagna. Yeah. Anything served to me by my mom. I know, right? Honestly, I remember back in the day when I was a kid living at home, and my mom, like any food that my mom cooked was just so good because it's the food cooked by your mom. I mean, moms just make the best food, until you get married someday. And then you go to your mom's house, like, just for dinner and stuff, and some things just don't taste exactly the way that they tasted when you were a kid. They taste different. It's just different. Even though she might make a lot of the same stuff that she made when you were a kid, it's just not the same. And then it switches to your wife or your husband. Maybe they cook the best food now. Or maybe you just don't agree at all and you're like, nah, Taco Bell makes the best food. Chipotle makes the best food. The pizza place down the street makes the best food. Angela says, you have the best voice for narration. Thank you. Thank you. Steak and shrimp. Man, I just ate tacos and I'm still hungry, I swear. Steak and shrimp sounds good. I'm not the hugest seafood, fan, but I do like shrimp. I really do like shrimp. So I'm going to ask another question because I'm really curious to see the answer to this. So what is your guys' favorite movie, if I can change the subject here? What's your guys' favorite movie? I love the videos. I fall asleep to them every night. Thank you, Trill Ace. I really appreciate the kind comment. Yeah, my wife says Freebirds. If you live in Texas and you get to go to a Freebirds to get burritos, we are jealous of you, truly. We have beautiful dreams of being able to go to Freebirds for dinner. They used to be, it's a chain, well, it used to be a chain in California, and it's a burrito place, and the best burritos in the world. And now none of them are in California, and now they're all in Texas. So if you live in Texas and you can go to Freebirds, please do it. And think of me when you do it. Think of my wife too, please. Because we so wish that we could do that. So, Goodfellas, Silence of the Lambs, Donnie Darko, and Fight Club. Forrest Gump. My wife says Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I don't know, babe. Do you really think that that's your favorite? Because you really, really do like Just Friends. Interstellar, that's a good one. I really do like that movie. Pirates of the Caribbean, also very good. The Shining by Ashley Romero. There you go. Now we're talking. That movie's so good. Yeah, you know what? Please follow me on social media, you guys. Tag me in pictures and stuff. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at being_scared. Follow me. I post stuff every single day. Creepy clown girl, you need to get yourself some food. Go get yourself some food. Final Destination. That's a really good one. A League of Their Own. Interesting. I saw that one a long time ago when I was a kid. I remember it being a very good movie, starring Tom Hanks. Pretty good movie. The Outsiders has to be my favorite. I love that movie, man. I really do. Jason, such a good movie. I saw that one when I was in middle school. When I was, in middle school, they had us read the book, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And the movie just kind of goes along with it. After you read the book, you got to watch the movie. Man, the book is so good, but I really loved the movie. It's so good. Misery, The Birdcage, really, really good movie. Robin Williams and Nathan Lane, if I'm not mistaken. Excellent movie. Gremlins is an underrated horror movie. Absolutely, it is. However, it's not as good as the sequel, Gremlins 2. I think Gremlins is good, but it's kind of boring in comparison to the sequel. The sequel is so good. Man, the Rumblefish. Man, I haven't seen that one in 20 years at least. My Cousin Vinny, so good. Bobby King, thanks for being here, man. Get some sleep. Have a great night. You can, I'm going to leave this stream up for a little while. I might leave it up permanently. I'm not sure yet. So you can come back and listen to the rest later if you want to. And I'll have a video out soon. Very, very soon. BD Saints, my boyfriend said Tommy Boy. Great movie. R.I.P. What's his name? Why am I drawing a blank? Why can I not think of his name? I can't think of his name. I know his name. I just can't think of it. Tommy Boy. Who's the star of Tommy Boy? Oh my gosh. I can't think of his name. I don't know why. Watch, everyone's going to flood it in the comments right now. What is his name? Chris Farley. Thank you. Jesus. Chris Farley. I don't know why that name did not pop into my head. I love Tommy Boy. I love David Spade. See, I remember David Spade. Why could I not remember Chris Farley? Fat guy in a little coat. Absolutely. Did you guys see the tribute that Adam Sandler did to Chris Farley? He was doing a stand-up show. I think it was a few years ago, and he pulled out his guitar and he did a tribute to Chris Farley. YouTube it. Type in Adam Sandler Chris Farley tribute when he's like playing like a little mandolin or something like that, but it is amazing. It's a really cool tribute. Casey King, thank you so much for being here, bro. Just like your brother, gonna grab some sleep. I respect it. Have a great night. Hopefully I will do this soon. So I will do this again soon. Liberty says, do you watch anime? No, I don't. You know, I don't really know why I don't, because I'm pretty sure that I would like it if I did. I just have never really tried watching it. But I think that I would enjoy it if I just gave it a shot, but I just haven't yet. I don't know why. Currently, I'm watching Breaking Bad for like the fifth or sixth time. That show just does not get old to me. I love Breaking Bad. I'm actually in the 5th season now where things are starting to get really crazy, but I really don't think that there's any show better than Breaking Bad. You know, for the last few years, ever since I watched Game of Thrones, I was pretty sure after Game of Thrones that that's definitely the best show. But every time I watch Breaking Bad, I'm like, I'm thinking Breaking Bad's probably the best show. But it's definitely one of those two. Either Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, but they kind of fight. I kind of go back and forth between those two as far as the best show ever. What do you guys think is the best show ever? I'm curious. BD Saints, you have not seen Breaking Bad? You have got to start watching Breaking Bad on Netflix right after this stream ends in 45 minutes. You've got to watch Breaking Bad. It is so good. Isaac Cruz says, holy crap, your voice is so different when you're not narrating, talking about honing a skill. Yeah, I kind of go into a narration mode when I'm narrating. It sounds completely different. It's funny because I know a lot of people when they narrate stories, they just narrate stories and they go with their normal voice like how I'm talking right now, but I can't seem to do that. Every time I narrate, I just kind of enter my narration mode. I don't know why. It's just what I've always done, and I've been doing it for so long now that I can't really change it. I don't want to change it, but yeah. My wife says Game of Thrones is so much better, and I knew that she was going to write that because somehow she doesn't really like Breaking Bad. I don't know how. Thank you, Marla's Tourism, for the super chat donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your time. Your videos help me more than I can explain. I appreciate you and all your effort you put in. You're the best. I really appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for the donation. And I'm seeing some people now talking about some shows, and I'm seeing some love for Breaking Bad. I'm seeing Sopranos. I saw somebody say The Simpsons. Absolutely. But I'm not seeing any Friends. Come on. Nobody said Friends. I saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sopranos, Doctor Who, Ozark. Ozark is really good, but come on, it's not the best show. It's a good show, but it's the best. Better Call Saul. I haven't seen it yet. I know. You know, as such a big Breaking Bad fan that I am, I probably should watch Better Call Saul. But the truth is, I did start watching Better Call Saul when it first came out, like season 1 and 2, and I just found it kind of boring. It was not the same as Breaking Bad at all. I don't know. Frasier, Friends, The Office. Just One White Vegetable says, thoughts on the Quarry video game trailer. I think it looks awesome, and I'm a huge fan of Scream, so I'm a huge fan of David Arquette, and that game looks cool. I love horror games, so I can't wait to try that one. Assuming, of course, I ever have time to play it. Liberty says, watching Breaking Bad, but paused after they get to kill the dude in the basement in season 1. Still mounting that character still mourning that character even though he was just for a couple of episodes. That's only like episode 3. You know, you have got to continue watching that show. You haven't seen anything yet. The show is so good. Samantha Jones, thank you so much for the super chat donation. I really appreciate that. By the way, I just want to say again, I've already said this a few times, but if I don't get to your comment, if you say the same thing over and over and I'm not reading it, it's not personal, it's not on purpose, it's an accident, it's just because I simply can't respond. I can't respond to everybody. So I apologize. It's so funny how people have such different tastes. I'm seeing some shows in here that I would never watch because I just don't find it interesting. I'm not going to shout them out because I don't want to, shout out your guys' favorite shows and say that I don't like them. But some of them I don't like, and I just have no desire to watch it. I'm sure some of you don't have any desire to watch Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, and you would just rather watch something else. And it's just so interesting to me to see how people are different. And I mean, like, vastly different as far as taste and things. And yet, we all like scary stories, though. We have that in common, you know? Interesting. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Is that a real movie? That is a real movie. I remember seeing the box of that in, like, Blockbuster Video, and I was like 8 years old. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I never saw it. And I'm never going to see it because I know how ridiculous it would be. Bates Motel was surprisingly good. I have to agree with that. That show is amazing. Really good. And it gets better and better. The last season of that show is insane. Sharknado. Yeah, right. Come on. That's not your favorite. You guys are funny. So now I really want to just know how old you guys are. Can you guys please type your age in the chat so I can just kind of get a sense of how old everyone is? It helps me kind of just, you know, get to know you guys in the chat while we're doing this. Well, there's all the ages. Huge variety. Huge variety. So if I haven't mentioned it, I'm going to be 36 in a couple months. 36. Very cool. Huge variety of ages. That's what I want to see. It's really cool to see that the stuff that I create, my channel appeals to different ages. That's amazing, honestly. Rick Lopez says, love the Chilling app. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it. We're constantly working hard on the Chilling app to make it the best scary stories app in the world. I do want to do something here really quick. I'm going to share the link to my subreddit. So if you guys want to, I just put it in the chat there. If you guys want to join my subreddit and share your scary stories there, your true scary stories, and if I choose it to be featured on my channel, I'll pay you $20 via PayPal. And honestly, I really need stories in order to get videos out. No stories, no videos. So if you guys have any true scary experiences that you want to share, that'll help get a video out faster. Cosmic Kaiju says, love your Chilling app, adore this channel. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you enjoy the app and this channel. I've worked for so long on both of them, and I really want them to be the best they can be. Please join the subreddit. Please, please do that. Big Bear Taylor says, call the midwife, laugh out loud. Honestly, is a great wholesome show. I don't think I've heard of that one before. Call the Midwife. Yeah, I've never heard of that show before. Interesting. Big Bear Taylor, I really appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you. Best channel on YouTube. I tell everyone about you. I highly appreciate that. That's probably the nicest thing that you could do for me, is to share my videos with other people that you think might enjoy it. That is definitely how my channel grows, and that is highly appreciated. Thank you so much. Texas Coaster says, have you seen The Strangers 1 or 2? Yes, I've seen both, and I really do like both. Although, unpopular opinion, I think I actually like 2 more than 1. I really, really liked the sequel to The Strangers. I thought it was really good. So I'll drop the link to my subreddit there again. It's in the chat. So somebody just, Mrs. Fellrob says, 1408 is so scary. That movie is so good. I love that. I'm pretty sure that's based on the Stephen King story, if I'm not mistaken. I love that movie with, I can't remember. I can't think of his name either. Man, I'm drawing blanks with these actors, and I've known them for years. I can't believe that I couldn't think of Chris Farley earlier. That blows my mind. But I love that movie, 1408. So good. Mila101 says, unless he is on his best behavior, I have never seen a Gemini act this nice before. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm not nice. Maybe I am just on my best behavior. No, I am. I am this nice, is what I'm saying. I am on my best behavior also, but I am also really nice. John Cusack, thank you, everybody. Everybody in the chat remembered his name, except me. Blocks Everywhere says, I really enjoy your videos, bro. Constantly helps me sleep at night. I hope you're having a great day, great night. Thank you. I am having a great day and great night. Mostly because I'm here with you guys right now. This is so much fun, and I really appreciate the donation. Truly, truly. Dan Peters is a new member. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Gemini's in the house. Have you ever seen the Zodiac movie based off The Killer? Yes. Very good movie. I like that movie a lot. Although it's really long. It's a really long movie. I think it's over 3 hours long. It's like, watching that movie is tiring. ATN says, what's everybody's job? That's a good question. I would like to see everybody answer that. What do you guys do for a living? My job is, I'm a narrator. I narrate scary stories on YouTube. I'm curious. I really want to see what you guys do. Before I was a narrator on YouTube, I used to remodel kitchens and bathrooms with my brother. I did a lot of warehouse work where I drove a forklift, a lot of construction, things like that. I dabbled in managing a pizza place, made pizzas for a living for a little while, which was stressful and more difficult than you would think. Because in the pizza making game, in the pizza making industry, having like a pizza making like speed is a thing. If you're not fast at making pizzas, then you're just garbage and you're not accepted in that community. It's really painful. Although I wasn't like really slow or anything, but some people can make a pizza so ridiculously fast it would blow your mind. So networking, goat wrangler, interesting, custodian, customer service, electrical engineer, retired nurse, recycling, welder, call center manager, business owner, author, psychology. I love the variety here. So many different kinds of people in here right now. Do you have any scary pizza stories? They are the best. I know that those are really popular, and most people really like those. It's in my videos, I'm not really looking for any specific kind of story. I I just my wife. I'm a trophy wife. She is truly. She is a trophy wife. Um, I'm never really looking for a specific kind of story for my videos. I just take any kind of story because, in my opinion, I think that narrators, when they create a video that's just one single topic, like pizza delivery stories or firefighter stories or whatever kind of videos that they're making like that, the way that I think about it is, if you're not in the mood to hear pizza delivery stories, you're not going to watch the video. Am I right? So I think they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot by doing that. That's why I always create videos that are just kind of a mashup of different topics and different kinds. So it's just scary stories told in the rain or scary stories by the crackling fire, and you don't really know what you're going to hear. You have no idea what kind of story you're about to hear, and I think that that's better, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys disagree. But if you guys are not in the mood to hear a specific kind of story, you're not going to click a video that's just filled with those type of stories. You know what I mean? Matt Maddox says, have you met anyone famous? In person? I don't recall. I've talked to several famous people over the internet just since I've become a narrator. Yeah. I'm friends with Jamie Kennedy. I've talked to a lot of people from the Scream movies just because I have such a huge interest in those movies. And I've reached out. I talked to Tom Arnold a few years ago. Just various celebrities I've talked to. Isaac Cruz, thank you so much for the donation. This is for being the best in the game. Can't wait for your next video. There are lots of good stories on your Reddit right now. Can't wait to hear them. There are all of the stories that are in my videos right now are all from my subreddit. And in this next video, they're so good. I swear, I can't wait to get it out. Some of the stories in this next video are so good, and the video itself is so good, and I'm really proud of what I've created, and I hope you guys like it. I really hope to get it out very soon. I'm hoping like in the next 2 to 3 days. I'm going to try my hardest for you. Death Angelo 82 says, I have a war story that scared the crap out of a bunch of us when it happened. Oh, I bet. If you would be down to share it on my subreddit, I would love to read it. And if it's really scary, I would love to feature it on the channel. Of course, you don't have to share it. I know that some stories, these are true scary experiences, and sometimes they're traumatizing to people, and they don't want to share their story and have it narrated and have it treated like entertainment for other people. And I totally get that, and I respect it. But, for the people who don't mind and they would like to share it and they would like to have their story known and heard, I would love to read it and maybe share it. The Walking Bob says, you seem very intelligent. By the way, I love your background noises and atmosphere in the videos. It separates you from the rest of the scary story narrators. Well, thank you so much for saying that, man. I really try my best to create videos that are relaxing but also scary, and I really do try to make every video better than the last video. I hope that's apparent. I hope that it seems like every video just gets better and better. It's because I'm really trying to make every video better than the last video. So, I don't know. I wonder, will I ever just create the perfect video and it's not possible to create a better video? Kind of like that movie Endgame. The Avengers Endgame. In my opinion, it's not possible for somebody to create a movie better than that movie. It's just such a good movie. Lily says, I've heard some scary stories about the American Old West that really gave me the creeps. Ooh, I would love to read those. Those sound really interesting. Do you ever listen to other narrators? If so, what other channels? That's an interesting question that I would really love to answer. So, no, I don't anymore. Oddly enough, it's interesting because I don't really have a desire to listen to other narrators anymore. But the reason that I got into this game was because I used to listen to other narrators like Mr. Nightmare. Um, and now that I do it for a living and I do it so much, it's just kind of made me lose interest in listening to other people, which is really interesting. It's like I wonder if like movie stars or singers, like when they become a full-time singer or a full-time actor, do they no longer really want to watch movies and stuff? I really wonder if it's like that for anybody else, but I don't really have an interest in listening to them anymore. But to answer your question better, I used to listen to Mr. Nightmare, and I used to listen to B Busta and Corpse Husband and Doctor Horror. I don't know if you remember that guy, but he doesn't really do it. He doesn't narrate anymore. I think he had some health issues, and so he doesn't do it anymore. But he was such a good narrator. Jason says, if you get to it again, please read my thank you. Oh, please read Mitai Doti Walker from the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book. I might do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to read another scary story. Maybe I might do one more. It's possible. We'll see what happens. This stream's going to end in 30 minutes, just as a heads up for you guys. I got to get my son in bed. He's 4 years old. He can't stay up too late, so I got to end this stream and get my son in bed here shortly. It's not like it used to be where I could stay up all night streaming. I know some other narrators can stay up all night streaming, and I wish that I could sometimes, but I cannot do that. Happy birthday, Celeste Ramirez. Is it someone's birthday? Did I miss that? Again, I apologize if I'm missing your guys' comments, and I really apologize if you're typing it over and over again and I'm not seeing it. Just as a kind of a tip, though, if you really want me to see your comments and you want to have a better chance of me seeing it, type being scared before your comment, and it'll actually pop up to me as like a highlighted comment just because you wrote my name in there. So, but now everyone's going to do it, and it's not going to make a difference, but just wanted to give you guys that tip. By the way, I do want to say that I'm very proud to say that I'm the first person to ever create scary stories told in the rain. I know that they're all over YouTube now. So many other narrators do the same thing, but I am the first one that ever did that. And my first one came out on October 15th, 2017. It's volume 1, Scary Stories Told in the Rain, or Scary Stories for a Rainy Night. That was the first one that ever came out. And it just was so popular. It became so popular, and it just blew my mind how people loved it. And I feel very, very proud to be able to say that. Daniel Rosas says you're a legend. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I don't know. Someone says, who is Celeste? I thought I saw someone say happy birthday. So someone named Celeste, if they're in here and it's your birthday, happy birthday. Lady Draco says, what's your favorite type of candy? I love sour gummy worms and airheads. You know, I really love sour gummy worms and airheads too. You know, I don't know. Probably a Milky Way candy bar. That's probably my favorite candy. I really like Milky Ways. Whenever I see a Milky Way like in the store, I'm so tempted to buy it, but I just can't justify it because they're not healthy. I mean, let's not play games. Candy bars are not healthy, so I can't justify eating them. But every now and then, every now and then I find myself in a situation where I get to eat a Milky Way candy bar, and every time I take a bite, I'm just in heaven because they're so good. The Walking Bob says, would you ever consider doing wave sounds in the videos? I've had people request that. To be perfectly honest, I have experimented trying to do wave sounds. Real quick, Celeste Ramirez, thank you, 70 years old today. Wow, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kate. Thank you so much for being here today on your birthday. So I have experimented with doing wave sounds in my videos, but it just doesn't sound right to me. I don't feel like it fits well with my voice. And waves are relaxing and they sound cool, but in my opinion, they don't really mesh well with someone's voice narrating a story. And as an example, when we were creating Chilling a year ago, actually more than a year ago when we were creating it, we were, getting the ambient sounds in order and stuff and trying to get the right sounds and trying to match the volumes with people's voices. And it was a huge undertaking. And we actually did experiment with having wave sounds in the app as well. And we actually did put wave sounds in the app very briefly at the very beginning. When Chilling first launched, we had wave sounds. And it just didn't sound right with people's voices. It just was kind of distracting. Like when you listen to Scary Stories Told in the Rain or Scary Stories by the Crackling Fire, those sounds, they just go with narrations. But waves are distracting. So you'll be listening to the words and then every now and then you'll hear like a loud crash and it literally distracts you and you'll lose track of what you're just listening to in the story. And Rain and Crackling Fire don't do that. So it's just kind of interesting. So that was an extremely long explanation, but it just doesn't really work out very well. Lamp, thank you so much for being here, Lamp. I've missed you. I recognize you. Can you tell us the massacre story? No, I can't do that one. I'm sorry. I wish that I could. That was a really good story. I remember that one, but it's just too graphic as the as the title might, lead you to believe. And thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just reading the chat. So, scary stories in a blizzard and stuff like that. I've thought about all of that stuff. I see what the other narrators are doing, and but one thing that I've always really also enjoyed, and one thing that I really want to do is I like doing things that no one else has done. And so the reason why I do Scary Stories Told in the Rain is because I was the first person to ever do it. So I do feel that that's my thing, and that's why I do it almost exclusively, because I'm the first person to ever do it. So I feel like that's what I need to do, and that's what most of my listeners really want to hear is Scary Stories Told in the Rain. And so I do Crackling Fire too, even though I was not the first person to ever do that. But I do Scary Stories by the Crackling Fire because I had the idea to do it without copying someone. And that was right after I came out with Scary Stories Told in the Rain. I wanted to do a different sound. And this was almost 5 years ago. And so even when I had Scary Stories Told by the Crackling Fire, when I had that idea, I was not the first person to do it, but it still was my idea to do it. And I wasn't copying someone else. So what I'm trying to say is I don't really like to copy other people. And I've seen other people do scary stories told in the blizzard and, with crickets and things like that. And I just feel like I'd be copying them if I did it. And I just don't want to do that. I just really enjoy doing my own thing and trying to think of unique things that are just unique. So, and I apologize. I know that some of you guys would, wish that I might step out of that and do some other things, but I just don't feel comfortable. And I'm being honest. You need to just take my word for it. My voice does not go that well with like wind sounds or blizzard or crickets. It meshes the best with Rain, hands down, and Crackling Fire too. And my next video is going to be Scary Stories by the Crackling Fire, and it's really cool. You guys are going to love the next video. The stories are so good, and the video, the crackling fire sound is so crisp and so good. You're going to love it. I'm trying to get it out as fast as I can. Happy April Fools. I feel like your voice should go good with 3 things in one: thunderstorm, fire, and beach. That sounds like a lot, you know. Yeah, it's just so much sounds. I feel like they would all mesh and just become like just a mix of just noise. I don't think it would sound relaxing. Would it? Would it even sound relaxing at that point? I've had people ask me to do like campfire and rain sounds at the same time, and I've actually put those 2 sounds together, and it just sounds like noise. You can't even tell what it is. It just sounds like white noise. Like your TV when it's not on a specific channel back in the day and it's just that snowy sound. That's what it sounds like. And I know some people like that sound. Scary stories told by the TV that's not on a specific channel. I'm reading everything you guys are writing. Well, most of it. I'm trying to. I'm just not in the mood to read stories right now, you guys. I hope you don't mind. I apologize. I know some of you guys really want me to just read a story, but I'm just having more fun, and I just really use this time to talk to you guys because I don't get to do that very often. So. Big boy, do you work out? And if so, what is your routine? Oh, interesting question. I do work out. I don't really lift weights too often, but I really like to do cardio. I like to run. Running is my thing. I really love to run outside. I live up in a foresty, hilly kind of area of California, and it's really beautiful out here. And I really like to run outside when the weather is nice. But I also have a treadmill that I like to run on. So that's my workout of choice is definitely cardio. But I do want to get back into lifting weights because I do enjoy doing that. But what I really enjoyed was going to the gym with my buddies back in the day. Just having like a gym buddy was really fun, really cool. It's different when you go to the gym and you're lifting weights by yourself. It's just not very fun, at least not to me. So. Keelan Hebert says, are you friends with Mr. Nightmare? You know what? Nope. But I really wish that I could say that I am. But I am not. Although I have talked to Mr. Nightmare a couple times. I'm sure he's a great guy. I have no idea, though. I can't say for sure that he is a great guy because I've only talked to him a couple times, but I'm sure he is a great guy. Pam Gear says, are you friends with Let's Read? Yes, I am very good friends with Let's Read. His name is Joel. He's a very good friend and a very, very great guy. He's actually a narrator on Chilling as well. So you can hear hours and hours of scary stories that are not featured on his channel on the Chilling app if you're interested. Ashley Romero, would you invite bad vibes to your app? So the way that it's working right now is we're trying to invite narrators and have narrators join Chilling that our users are requesting on a frequent basis. So that's why most of the narrators on our app are people that have been requested a lot. So we really try to, just appease our users and invite people that they really want. But I'm not opposed to it. I love Bad Vibes. He's also a good friend of mine. So we'll see what the future holds. It's possible. So Dara Hart says, "Are you near Grass Valley? I have visited there." Yes, I am near Grass Valley. I'm not going to give my exact location, but yes, I do live near Grass Valley. Dr. Creepin is also, he's our newest narrator on Chilling. So if you guys are a fan of Dr. Creepin, you can hear him on Chilling as well. Isaac says, "Have you ever considered narrating a story with other people, like you narrate and the other people play other characters in the story?" Yeah, I've done that before. It's been a long time, but I actually have done some stories like that before in the past, which is really fun. But it's been a long time. I used to do collaborations like that all the time with like Mortis Media and Unit 522 and Southern Cannibal and Swamp Dweller and Slumber Reads and so many other people. We used to do collaborations a lot more often back in the day. But I think, and this is just my theory, I think the more you just kind of settle into your channel and your groove of things, you just kind of grow out of doing collaborations. That's probably why, if you guys are fans of newer narrators that haven't been around that long, they're probably doing collaborations all the time just because they're trying to get more exposure, and they're also just trying to kind of fall into their groove. And you just kind of grow out of that. That's why you see people like Mr. Nightmare, they never do collaborations because they're just so set in their ways. They just don't have any need to do any collaborations. They don't have any interest in it. Although, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't my dream to one day collaborate with Mr. Nightmare. I'm hoping that day someday comes, but if he's not interested, then he's not interested. So we'll see. Yeah, somebody commented on the fires. Dara says the fires, talking about the fires in California, they're insane every year. That's something I'm not looking forward to in a few months. It seems like every year in California there's these crazy forest fires, and it's every year it's been happening for like the past 5 years, and there's like record breaking fires in California, and they're so scary and they destroy people's lives. And that's the one horrible thing about California, is that's happening every year. And you can bet that in a few months it's going to happen again, because it just gets so hot, and there's just so many trees and forested areas, so it's just so dangerous. It sucks. It really does. Pam Gears, you're the best. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great night. Creepy Clown Girl, I absolutely love listening to your stories in the rain. There's just something about it that's so soothing, and you just totally get lost in your voice and the story. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And by the way, I really appreciate all of your support that you always give me on social media. You're always retweeting my tweets and stuff like that, and I consider you a very good friend, and I really appreciate that. Mr. Nightmare reads too fast. It's always rushed. I don't really have an opinion on that. I don't really listen to him anymore. I used to listen to him like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, before I started my channel. But I will say that I do wish his videos were longer, because they're always pretty short in my opinion. I just wish he would do longer videos. But like I said just a minute ago, he's just so set in his ways, and everybody is. When you get to a certain point, you do what you do. I do rain videos, and it's what I do. I'm not going to change it, because and I think you also just kind of adapt to what most people on your channel really want you to do. So he's doing what people want him to do, and I'm doing what people want me to do. But, I do wish his videos were longer. I might actually want to listen to them if they were, but they're so short, in my opinion. What about Mr. Davis? What about him? I'm sorry, I might have missed something else that you said. He's a friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. He's a great guy. Although I haven't talked to him in a long time. I haven't talked to a lot of people in a long time. Some, most of the narrators that are on my app chilling, I talk to them very frequently just because they're on my app, and like Swamp Dweller and Let's Read, Joel. I talk to them a lot. Your Maker, he's also a really good friend and a really great creator. I hope you guys are subscribed to these people because they're amazing. So Graphic Nightmare says, how long should vids be? That's definitely a matter of opinion and just a matter of preference. In my opinion, videos should be at least 30 minutes. I mean, scary stories videos. Because, I don't know. Some people would agree with me and some people definitely would disagree. So in my opinion, they should be at least 30 minutes. I like to make mine at least, and I like to make all of my videos over an hour, just because that's what people have grown to really want from my channel. I know that a lot of people use my videos to sleep or just to relax or make time go by, and so I can't do a 15-minute video and let people fall asleep to a 15-minute video. It just won't work. So. But I don't think anybody wants to fall asleep to Mr. Nightmare's videos, so he just does what he does. Green Octandem says, hey, being scared, what's one advice you would give to someone who wants to start narrating stories but on their phone? I would just say go for it. I don't really... If you want to narrate stories bad enough, then just go for it. And if they make microphones that are pretty affordable. You can get them at like Best Buy. Like my first microphone was a Blue Snowball. Blue is the brand. It's called a Blue Snowball. It's $50. But if that's out of your price range and you can just use your cell phone, you can definitely do it. I started my channel narrating on my cell phone, and you can definitely do it like that. So my advice to you would be, if you want to do it on your phone, then do it. And don't let anything stop you. Just start doing it. And don't stop, because it can turn into something really great, really amazing. And if you can afford a microphone, any microphone that would be better than a cell phone, then I would definitely go for that. One that I would really recommend is the Blue Snowball. It's a really good starter mic. Really good starter mic for scary stories. And I think it's about $50 at Best Buy. So I just want to let everybody know that there's 10 minutes left of this stream, and I'm gonna call it good, and I'm gonna stop the stream in about 10 minutes so I can take care of some household stuff that I got to do. Yeah, BD Saint says, I've unsubbed a bunch of narrators because of the mad amount of ads. Yeah, people need to. A lot of narrators on YouTube, they do it for a living. It's their full-time job, literally. It's the way that they put food on the table, and so they do what they need to do. I can't say anything bad about it, because I want people just need to do what they need to do, and if it puts food on their table, then it does. Although I am a big supporter of doing minimal ads. Obviously, I only do 3 in all of my videos because I don't want to interrupt you guys over and over again. So that's why I only do 3. But that works for me, and I'm able to still, afford to put food on the table that way. So that's what I do. Some people don't have that same setup. They've got something different going on, so that's just what they do. But I do know that there are some narrators, I'm not going to name any names, but I know that there are some narrators that put a ridiculous amount of ads in their videos. And it just, in my opinion, I don't see how you can even really enjoy it at that point if there's so many. I mean, if you're watching a 20-minute video and there's, 30 ads in there, how can you even enjoy that video? And there are, believe it or not, there are some narrators that do that. It's crazy. To me, it's crazy. But again, I'm not going to say anything negative about them as a creator. It's their choice, and if they need to do that, they need to do that. But I just don't see how the audience can enjoy it at that point. So. Lily, thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. I appreciate you stopping by. Yep. Yep. You can always skip the ads. That's true. You can do that. You can skip the ads. But just in case you guys don't know, when you skip an ad on YouTube, the creator does not get any money. So that's how creators like myself make money on YouTube, is when you actually watch the ad. So, but if you want to skip the ad, then skip the ad. There's a reason why you have that option, because it's your option and you can do it if you want. But I just want to make that clear. A lot of people don't even know that when you're watching your favorite creator on YouTube and an ad pops up, if you skip it, they don't get anything. But if you actually just watch it, hopefully you're actually interested in the ad, but that's the way it is. So, unfortunately. But at the same time, I mean, I'm going to keep it real right now. I have YouTube Premium, so I don't get any ads. But back in the day, I used to skip ads. But that was honestly, truly before I found out about that. So. Oh, and just to be clear, if you have YouTube Premium, and obviously you don't get any ads if you have YouTube Premium, creators still do get paid for just you watching their video just because you have YouTube Premium. So it still works out. If you have YouTube Premium, you're not like robbing creators of getting paid. They still get paid just because you're a premium member and you're watching their video, which is really cool. YouTube Premium is ridiculously expensive. That's part of the reason that my app Chilling has such a lower monthly price than, other things, is because other things are just so expensive. So we wanted to do something that was super affordable for most people. Green Octandum says, my scary story YouTube channel is Reaper of the Night, just as a heads up. That's a cool name for a channel, man. I will go check it out. I'll go check it out right after this stream. Green Octandum, Reaper of the Night. Got it. So I can see a lot of you are taking off, and I appreciate you being here with me tonight and hanging out. It was an awesome, awesome time, and I will try to do this again soon. Amato, have you ever thought about collaborating with Mr. Nightmare? Yes, many, many times. I've thought about collaborating with Mr. Nightmare probably hundreds of times, and I really hope that I get the chance to do that someday. You guys all need to go to his channel and just say, yo, collaborate with Being Scared. Do a Being Scared collaboration. Although he probably still won't, but hey, it's worth a shot, right? Some of you are popping in here now and you're saying you missed the stream, and I know that that's probably a bummer to you, but you can listen to this stream. It's going to still be on my channel after it ends. So you'll still be able to listen to it, and don't feel bad, because I'm hoping to do another one soon, and hopefully you'll be able to make that one. Marla's Tourism, thank you so much for another donation. I really appreciate that. That's 2 donations. That's really, really awesome. Thank you so much. Jason's, what is Joel's channel name again? His channel is Let's Read. Definitely go to his channel and check him out. Subscribe. He's definitely one of the best narrators in this game, for sure. He's got a really, really awesome voice. I had a really, really fun time with you guys tonight. I really hope you guys did too. I'm going to start wrapping this up and saying my goodbyes, and I'm going to say goodbye and then go, because it's almost 9:30. And I've got a couple other things I have to do tonight. You should do more out-of-character videos and streams. It's really fun seeing you not be 100% into your narrations like we're used to. Yeah, I can see that. I'm sure it is to, just see me kind of act like a normal person and chill and just talk normal. And, yeah, I agree with you, and I do want to do it more often. I do. There's nothing in the Reaper of the Night channel yet, but it's soon to come. Okay, well, when you get some content in there, shoot me an email, beingscared86@gmail.com, and be like, hey, I got some videos, go check it out, and I will. I promise. Default Dan, thank you for the donation. Have you seen the new Batman? What are your thoughts? Yes, I did see it, and I thought it was really long. I thought it was cool. The action scenes were really cool, but super, super long, just kind of unnecessarily long in my opinion, but pretty good movie. I don't really have any more time than that to go into detail, but I thought it was just really long. Anonymous, are you a fan of Corpse Husband? Of course. I think he's awesome. Celeste, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Happy birthday. Have a great night. Olivieri, can we see this later? I just joined and I understand you explained the ad thing. I would like to learn about that. Yes, you will be able to watch this stream after it ends here in a minute or two. This was a great stream, you guys. I hope you had fun with me. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye and cut the stream off now. But I love you guys, and I really appreciate you all being here with me tonight. And we will do this again soon, I promise. Again, if you want more information on the Scream House tours, please go to my Instagram at being_scared. I have the link in my biography on there, and you can check it out there. And that's an opportunity for you guys to meet me in person May 28th or 29th and see the Scream House in person. Really, really cool. Really cool event. And yeah, we'll do this again soon. Love you guys. Have a great night.